Rassie, our boys fought like lions out there. Remember the time? It seemed like the ruck contest, the lineout contest, and the maul defense all night long was a problem. The timing of that, such messy ball behind the ruck.
Yeah, I think the scrum contest was very even. They got up and sometimes. I think the maul, we were pretty static. I don't think they really got a try from a maul, so I think that was pretty. But I think the ruck, as you say, rightly so, was the ball was always bouncy, fast, getting out, a little bit messy. You can actually say, or maybe say it's because of the weather. But New Zealand playing exactly the same weather with the same ball, and their ball was much more steady, and you can't just pinpoint that on Grant. It's the way the ball comes out, and I don't think they did anything illegal there. We just didn't control it well enough. So I think it's spot on.
Teams come down here and they'd go down 14-0. It's a tough hill to climb. You had to lead a comeback and ignite one. What did you tell the guys to stop that and get back in the match?
Yeah, I think we always knew that New Zealand wanted a fast start, and I think it's a group of guys that are always willing to stand up and fight. So yeah, very proud of how the guys came back. I think that there was always a sense of calmness within the group, whether it be when we were down there attacking or behind our poles after those first two tries. And I think the great thing about the group is that regardless of the situation, the guys will always be willing to fight, and I was proud of the guys' fight tonight. But then again, we weren't clinical enough. We weren't good enough to win a test match of this magnitude. And credit to New Zealand for the way they played and for closing out that match.
They lost also 3 line-out balls, so it's not easy conditions. And we try to do plays that we think, not just winning the line-out ball for the sake of winning it and do nothing with it, because that's how New Zealand really kind of stops you from get your play going. So every now and then you chance your arms a little bit for trying getting the ball at a spot. I'm not sure. I think we lost 3. But yeah, I think they lost 2. So it's definitely not individual's problem. It wasn't easy conditions, but I think they more or less struggled the same in the line-out. So it's something that we all must fix. They must fix theirs and we must fix ours. And it's a group thing. It's definitely not just one person doing something wrong. Sometimes the call, sometimes the pro. It's every time another stupid error that we make. Isn't like we're saying we're consistently making the same stupid error. There's always a different player, a different facet of the game. And as I always say, we pick the players, we do the defense structures. I mean, if you Jerry in this defense, what can he do about the first and the second try that was scored, apart from the 2 guys just making the tackles? So yeah, it's frustrating, and maybe it's to do with team selection. And sometimes we as coaches and management must put up our hands and say, hey, we're getting it wrong sometimes with combination wise, and because if we got it always right, we will be number 1 in the world for forever. But we did not get it right. If we give them, I think 14 points, 2 easy tries. Malcolm was seeing a tackle, and he played so well all over. I think what he will accept, I think all of us can accept, that was a weird thing what he tried to do at that tackle there. I'm not sure what he tried to do. And the guy just got up and scored the try. So you're 14 points down, and then you start training and you're chasing the game a little bit too. You're chasing your own tail. But we put ourselves in those positions. But then I thought the guys that we brought energy, brought some fight. I think it was maybe the right thing to have a 5-3 split, because the 3 backline players that came on really had a good impact. I thought Kurva settled down the breakdown. I thought Sascha really was electric when he had the ball in hand, and I thought Ethan was really good in the air for us. So there was many things we got wrong, but mostly just giving them 14 points and then think you're gonna still win. Which we almost pulled the draw out at the end, but I think it's now 10 points for New Zealand, 9 for Australia, we in Argentina on 5, so still a lot to play for next week. I think they were better than us, like kicking game. I think they did it as much as we did. I think they did it much lower. You could see it was like half punts in between the fullback and the first line of defense, and that was clever, especially in the weather. And they were well prepared for our kicking game. And I think it was two teams who was desperate to win. I think at the end, you could see that we wouldn't have won the game, but we were close to a draw. Not that there's any consolation, or I say that we played well at all. They were much better. But it was two teams that was desperate for wins, and I think we both went to like very conservative play. Even their tries were from kicking games and one great line-out move at the back. So, and ours was like a bit of a rumble close to their try line. So I know it will open up next week. You know, if we win, they might be in 11 and we might be on 9, or we might be on 10 and they might be on 10. So it's still a crunch game and might be still just test rugby. And we've got the weather wrong the whole week. We thought it was going to rain the whole week, and we tried that today, and it was the other way around. So let's see what the weather's like in Wellington. But we'll definitely make some changes in our